Hello everyone, Cousin here, and in this video, I'm going to be solving Wordle number 1195 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for September 26th, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1195. I'm going to start with the word train. Okay, not bad at all. I placed the T as the first letter and A as the third letter already, because I got the clues of those two letters green. And N is also another letter which goes into this word. We know that N does not go last. So it goes either second or fourth. It would be very, very weird for N to go second. It's literally impossible. So N has to go fourth. It could well be a double consonant like TH. For example, thank. Double consonant ending and at the beginning as well. So thank is not a bad option. Let me see if I have let me see if I can think of any other words. But apart from thank, I don't really see anything else, so I'm gonna guess that. The answer is indeed thank. Alright, I didn't need to think that long, because the first clue, my first guess limited the possibilities so much that I can easily get today's Wordle answer thank in 2 tries. So yeah, I'll definitely take that. Got very lucky today on my first guess. So yeah, got today's Wordle answer thank in 2 tries. This is Wordle number 1195. After I'm done with this, let me move on to New York Times Sudoku. So today is September 26th, and I'm going to be solving the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. Let's see what we've got. These 5s point up. Okay, these 3s point down. To force the digit 3 into one of these 2 cells in block 7. We got these 3s pointing right. This cell sees another 3. These 6s point left. Okay, all of these 1s force the digit 1 into this cell in block 8. These 4s force the digit 4 into this cell in block 2. And after I place this 4, I can also force the digit 4 into this cell in block 5. This 9 points down, so in block 5, the digit 9 is forced into column 5, and then these 9s point down. This cell sees another 9. Okay, these 2s force the digit 2 into this cell in block 6, and as you can see, about the markings, this 2 removed one of the 2 possibilities for 3, so I can immediately force a 3 into this cell. Or you can do it the logic way. These 3s force the digit 3 into this cell in block 6 after 2 occupy the cell. Alright. 2s. We only got these 2, so I think that's this right now is all I'm gonna mark for 2s. Okay, these 3s point up. Okay, these 9s force the digit 9 into one of these 2 cells in block 6. And in row 5, this cell sees 9, and this cell also sees 9, but 9 is still a missing digit. So you have to fit 9 somewhere in row 5, but they cannot go into these 2 cells. So the digit 9 is forced into one of these 2 cells in row 5, and because 9 is forced into one of these 2 cells for this row, no other open cell in block 4 can contain another 9, because they are here. Alright, 9s are here. Guaranteed to be in one of these two cells. Even if it's not for block 4, even if it's for another row, the 9s are still guaranteed to be in one of these two cells, which eliminates 9s from all other open cells in block 4. Another way to see this is that look at the placement of 9s in blocks 5 and 6. The only possible combinations, the only two ways in which 9 are placed in blocks 5 and 6 are 9s going like this, or the other way. And no matter which way they are placed, all of these open cells in rows 4 and 6 that are in block 4 see these 9s. So again, 9s in all of these open cells are eliminated. Alright, two methods of seeing this situation. Both have the same outcome, so it depends on which one you choose to use and which one you spot first. Definitely. So yeah, it's a good technique to have in your kind of toolbox thingy. Okay. So yeah, it's a good technique to know. Alright, hmm. Okay, so I see that in row 7. In row 7, 2, 6, 7, and 9 are missing digits. This cell, which is highlighted, sees 2, 7, and 9. So it must be a 6, making the other three open cells 2, 7, and 9. Okay, if it's still unclear, you can mark down all digits 1 through 9 in this cell and eliminate the digits one by one. This cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. So the only digit that this cell does not see is 6. So we have to fit the 6 into this cell, because no other digits can. Remember, in Sudoku, we cannot have any empty cells. In Sudoku, we cannot have any empty cells, so we have to fit at least, and also at most, one digit, which is trash talking, just one digit, okay, into every cell. So if 6 is the only possible digits that can go into this cell, then it must be a 6, because no other digits can go into this cell, but we still have to fit a digit, which is 6, into this cell. Alright, which makes the other three open cells in this row 2, 7, and 9, but this cell sees 2 and 9. So actually this cell has to be a 7, making the other two open cells a 2-9 pair left in row 7. Okay, these 7s force the digit 7 into this cell in block 5, and these 7s point up to force the digit 7 into this cell in block 2. These 7s point left. Okay, these two cells now form a 7-9 pair. As you can see in block 4, the digits 7 and 9 are missing. These 7s force 7 into one of these two cells, and earlier, I found out that in row 5, 9 can only go into these, 9 is limited to one of these two cells only, which also eliminated 9s from all other open cells in block 4. So 9 is actually forced into one of these two cells in block 4. So when we have two digits forced into two cells only, meaning that they share those two cells. Yeah. They form a pair. So in this case, the only combinations are 7-9 or 9-7. So in order to fit both 7 and 9, these two cells would have to be reserved for 7 and 9, and eliminate all other digits from these two cells. That's the result. So let's say this 8 points left and this 8 points up. 8 cannot be in part of the 7-9 pair. So in block 4, the digit 8 is forced into row 4, and then these 8 points right to force the digit 8 into this cell. Okay, this method might be a bit confusing, but you can also just look at row 5 and fill out the missing digits. 6 and 8, but this cell sees 8. So 8 has to go here and making this cell a 6. Okay, you might have noticed that this 7 removed one of the two possibilities for 9 in block 5. So I could have just immediately forced the digit 9 into this cell in block 5, and 9 in this cell is now eliminated. I can force the digit 9 into this cell in block 6. Okay, this cell is a 5 to complete block 5. In column 4, the missing digits are 3 and 8. In column 6, the missing digits are 2, 5, and 9. This cell sees 2 and 9. So this cell must be a 5, making the other two open cells in this column a 2-9 pair. Okay, these three cells form a triple of 3, 6, and 8. 3, 6, 8, 3, 6, 8. Okay, so the missing digits of block 6 are 1, 4, 5, and 6. 1 is forced into one of these three cells. 4 is forced into one of these. Okay, not a 3. 4 is forced into one of these three cells. 5 is forced into one of these two cells. And the 6 is forced into one of these two cells. And now, from the markings, you can see that this cell must be a 4. Just by looking at block 6, this cell sees 1, 5, and 6. So these three missing digits of block 6 have to go into the other three cells, making this cell a 4. Or you can just do it this way. Eliminate the digits one by one. This cell sees 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this cell must be a 4. Because we have to fit at least one digit into this cell. Well, we have to fit a digit into this cell. It cannot be any other digit apart from 4. 4 is the only digit that can go into this cell, so it must be a 4 because it can't be anything else. Okay, which leaves a 1, 5, 6 triple in block 6. After I place this 4, these 4s point down to force the digit 4 into this cell in block 9. These 4s point right, they point left. Okay, left, right, sorry, I swapped. Okay, these 4s point left, and this cell sees another 4. So in block 4, the digit 4 is forced into this cell, and the last 4 in this Sudoku puzzle is forced into this cell. Okay. This cell is 1, 5, or 6 for this row, but it sees a 5, so it's 1 or 6. Five, 7, and 8 are the missing digits of block 9. This cell sees 7, so it's 5 or 8 only. This is 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8. But this cell also sees 5. This cell is also 5, 7, or 8 for this column, but as you can see, whatever this digit is, it points down and is the same as this, same as whatever digit which goes into the cell. And it cannot be a 7 because 7 is forced into one of these two cells. So actually, this cell cannot be a 7. And after I eliminate 7 from this cell, with the help of the other 7s that I see, the digit 7 in block 3 is actually forced into this cell. And then these 7s point left. And these two cells now form a 6-7 pair. As you can see in block 1, the digits 6 and 7 are missing, and these 6 and 7s force both 6 and 7 into these two cells only. Well, one of these two cells only, but they share the same two cells. So in order to fit both 6 and 7 into block 1, these two cells have to be reserved for 6 and 7, because the only combinations are 6, 7 or 7, 6. So all other digits are eliminated from these two cells, because it's a 6-7 pair. Okay, yeah, and then the 2. Right, there's 2 points left. 2 cannot be in part of the 6-7 pair. So in block 1, the digit 2 is forced into row 2. And then these 2's force the digit 2 into this cell in block 2. We have a 3-5-8 triple in block 2, the cell sees 3. This cell is 1, 5, or 6 for this column, but it sees 6. So it's 1 or 5. Again, whatever digit that ends up going into this cell is the same as this one. So they correspond. I'm trying to see what I'm missing or what needs to be seen next. Okay, I see it. In column 2, this cell sees 2, this cell sees 2, this cell sees 2, and this cell also sees another 2. But 2 is still a missing digit of column 2, and cannot go into these 4 cells. Not this cell. Cannot go into this cell, this cell, this cell, and this cell. So 2 cannot go into these 4 open cells, but still has to go somewhere in column 2. So it is forced into this cell, as this cell is the only cell available for 2 in this column. So 2 has to go into this cell, making this cell an 8 because of these 8s. Okay, these 8s point up. 8 cannot go into the 6-7 pair, so it is forced into this cell in block 1. Okay, this 8 points right, and this 8 points up. So in block 3, the digit 8 is forced into row 3, which eliminates 8 from this cell. As you can see, in block 3, 8 is forced into one of these two cells, and no matter which one it goes into, this cell sees the 8. This cell, no matter what, cannot contain an 8. It must be a 3, making down here this cell an 8. So this 3-6 pair, okay, yeah, and up here a 5-8 pair. Oh, but this cell also sees 8 now. So this must be a 5, this an 8. 5. Did 5 do anything? Yeah, 5 eliminates. 5 is eliminated from this cell. I can force the digit 5 into this cell in block 1, and followed by the 2 in this cell. This cell is a 1 to complete this row, which eliminates 1 from these two cells, making this cell a 1. This is a 6 and 5 to complete block 6. This cell is a 1 to complete this row, which makes this 6. And up here, these two cells are for 1 and 9, but this cell sees 1. So I can force 1 and 9 like this. This is a 3 to complete this row, which makes this an 8, right? No, I'm not sure. Yeah, the answer is indeed not sure. Because we have a 5-8 pair over here. Okay, this cell now sees 9, so it's 7 and 9 like this. Down here in column 3, the missing digits are 2 and 3. This cell now sees a 2, so it must be a 9, making this cell a 2, this cell a 9. The missing digits of columns 1 and 2 are 6 and 7. Okay, so I've basically marked everything. Now yeah, this 8. Alright, this 8 points right, making this cell an 8, this a 5, this an 8. Okay, this, luckily, did end up being an 8, if I were to mess up. Okay, I didn't though. Okay, making this like 5, 7, 6, 7, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Right, I finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in a bit under 18 minutes. So I would say this puzzle is mostly straightforward. Mostly, um, mainly the key spots were just pairs and triples. There were some techniques like the placement of the digit 9 in row 5 or block 4 if you like whichever method you prefer. This 9 where I'm pointing at. So yeah. Uh and also the single 6. Yeah, in block 9 at the intersection of row 7 and column 9 there was this single 6. And apart from these, I don't really recall any tricky spots. So, yeah, this was a fairly straightforward Sudoku puzzle for today. Um, yeah, I don't really recall any tricky. Oh, yeah, and the placement of 2 in column 2. The placement of the digit 2 in column 2 towards the end, I feel like that was also kinda important. So, yeah. Um, of course, I don't recall everything. So, if you do have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Of course, I'll try my best, and I'm also glad to reply you. Hopefully this video helped. Sorry, sometimes I speak too fast, and my I just can't keep up with my words. Sorry. Okay, so it's completely normal to hear gibberish that comes out from my mouth. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, hopefully this video helped. Thanks for watching. And of course, please like and subscribe to show some support if you find this useful. I'll appreciate the support. Today is September 26th, 2024. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1195 and today's New York Times Hard Sudoku. See you all in tomorrow's video. Bye!